Previously on the Ivory Crowns, we had come across the grinning goblin was licking its wounds in a cove, and the five of you plus Xerxes decided let's raid the beach and see if we can find Jakey Smiles and get our revenge. And sure enough, you guys took out a couple of sentries real quickly out on the cliff side there, so they couldn't get a warning back to the goblins. And you climbed over the cliffs and made your way towards the ship, starting with a daring acrobatic adventure from Locke as he ran out across the rope to try and get up on board. He was spotted by some hobgoblins who tried to knock him off, but he's managed to make his way up to the top. He was engaged in some sword fighting with them, but some very skilled marksmanship from Raphael headshotted both of them, if I remember correctly. And that allowed Locke to charge into the ship, while Dresdis, with his blur cloak on and his sweet-ass armor, single-handedly held off the whole front line. Everyone was attacking him. No one was hitting. I don't even think he got hit once. He might have got hit once, no. But he was just... He was just... Crit. Oh, he got fireballed twice, I think is what really happened. Yeah, he did get fireballed twice because Geo also finally is like, oh shit, I am a sorcerer. And he decided to bust out his fireballs and melt some goblins. And unfortunately, a lot of the mundane day-to-day stores, food stores and stuff were all on the beach, and they got caught in two fireballs too. So they're all just completely fried and burnt up. But in this chaos, Jakey Smiles, the coward that he is, tried to run for safety on the ship. Little known to him that's exactly where Locke was, and Locke kicked open the door, cornered Jakey Smiles, and threatened to cut off his head and add it to his collection. Jakey Smiles tried to fight for his life, but was murdered by Locke. Cut
off his head and added it to my collection.
Very true. And during that encounter, you also activated the curse of Moon Drinker, as Moon Drinker drank from you instead of Jakey Smiles. And that was enough for you to at least relegate it to, parrying duties only for the rest of that battle. But otherwise, you came up pretty much unscarred from that battle. A few of the hobgoblins and goblins that were, a little bit further away managed to run away. There was also a very daring encounter with the ogre that came charging up the hill towards Raphael, but Raphael and a few of the others up there were able to dispatch him just before he was able to pummel any of them with his mighty fists. That pretty much ended the encounter, leaving Declan Krause, who had surrendered, and Minerva McGee and Shakira, the Dragonborn sorceress, who had seemingly bought passage on a ship that they didn't know was a pirate ship. So you sort of...
I don't believe Minerva one bit on that.
Oh man, she seems like kind of a fucking idiot. This is like the third time she's been betrayed.
True.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody here is very clearly pirates, right?
Yeah.
His name is Jakey Smiles.
Yeah, dude. The ship is called the Grinning Goblin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. I think she was just trying to get a cheap ticket to get one up on her whatever archaeological dig.
And
I don't know.
You're probably really close to the accurate point there.
Did we take her as a prisoner as well?
Not as a prisoner. Her and Shakira, no. You said you would welcome them on your ship to give them passage where they needed to go. Well, you didn't really...
Declan's our prisoner.
Declan is currently tied up, and he's your prisoner. And you've mostly just ridiculed him, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Without
Made fun of him.
any-
Spit on the ground a bunch.
There was a fair amount of ridicule, yeah.
Yeah, and then he tried to trade barbs with you, but he was tied up, so he didn't win a lot of good points.
And now I have his guns.
And you stole his nice guns off of him, and we did a random treasure loot, which always goes well. If I don't remember everything, I think we got 3 magic items. One was
We
a
got some
pearl.
crazy
we got
stuff.
some dope shit, yeah.
A pearl of power, a magic
Power.
shield, and what was the third thing?
A figurine
Oh, some like raven figurine.
of summon. Do I have it? I don't think I have it.
No, I think Raphael.
Yeah, I didn't get
Um,
anything. That's
I
right.
got a pearl.
Yeah, I passed on the pearl.
So
I,
I got.
I didn't take anything from that either.
So
There's a shield.
there was a shield, and you're right. There was a figure. It was some kind of figurine, the raven figurine that would turn into a raven.
Yeah, and we could use it to like do messages to people
Yeah.
or whatever.
It makes
Who
sense.
has that? Can someone let us know, just so we know who has magic items.
Someone should write it down.
I have a list. Hang on, give me a second to find my list on my desktop.
It's called
Did I
the.
get the pearl of power? I thought I got
Yeah,
the pearl.
You did. You
I
did.
didn't write that down. I need to write
And
that
then
down.
Jeremy got the shield, I think.
Loot.txt. Alright, here's all the loot we got from the Grinning Goblin in order. 2 rings of 50 GP, 2 bracelets 50 GP, 151 platinum, 1,925 gold, 7,000 silver pieces. Silver Raven figurine of wondrous power. Pearl
Yeah.
of power. Sentinel shield. A map piece. 2 regular cannons, 2 Kraus cannons.
Yeah.
As well as Kraus and Fire, the 2 pistols that Raphael
Yeah,
took.
those I have. Yeah.
I left I didn't
Because Raphael already took those. Okay.
the map
Um,
piece is obviously not up for grabs. So that's fine.
Gio, you have
Yes.
the shield, right?
Oh, that's right. That is
I'm pretty sure you grabbed it because you can still cast spells while having it.
yeah.
I can
My hammer's versatile, so I'll just hold it in one hand and hold the
Yeah.
shield in the other hand, and it kind of.
If we're going to a city, I actually need to go buy a shield because there's no reason why I don't have one.
Let's see.
Especially now that
Give me-
you're flying warlock, it would be nice to have a little cover while you're up there flying.
Yeah, exactly. Plus 2 AC is nothing to joke at, especially when I can just catch Eldritch Blasts with one hand. I'm good.
Exactly. Okay, so that also raises another good point, which is even though you had a resounding victory, you managed to get some cannons and stuff. Now, at the moment, all that shit is still on the Grinning Goblin, so there's going to be a little bit of, probably a day or 2 of effort to try and get it out to the ships. All that coin,
The cannons.
the cannon and the coin, yeah. So the other thing is your ship, the Jewel of the Crown, did sustain a little bit of damage. It took 1 hit from the Gormangurney that you guys fought with a few days earlier. It's still completely seaworthy, but if it takes 1 more hit, it will become crippled, and it will you will be at half speed and half guns. So
Yeah.
fixing that hull damage is probably something valuable to do at some point. Now, you could do like the Grinning Goblin was doing, which is try and do that yourselves on the shore, or even you could probably do that while you're underway. It'll probably slow you down, but you don't have major damage, so you don't need to pull into a dry dock per se to fix what you've got. But that's something you might want to take care of before you get into another sea battle. Otherwise, or I guess you could say you could also do that in a town. If you are going to a town, you have food for about, today is the 1st of Delarad. You have food until about the 15th of Delarad, which is
And
about,
it's the 3rd right now, you said?
it's the 1st.
First. Okay. Still got enough for another journey, so that's nice.
Yeah, I think fair estimates, you could probably make it down to Sadertorp with that amount of food, which was the next stop on the Flaming Ravens schedule. Or you could, stop somewhere here in Freya. Although that might delay you a little bit in getting to some of your goals.
Yeah.
So why don't I do this? Why don't I advance us? I'm going to advance 2 days to the 3rd, saying we've loaded the cannons, the coin, and we've brought Declan Krause and our 2 other passengers with us. For the moment, since we lost 4 sailors, Creepy Pete and the 3 Overtons, over the Bordsleys, those ones, that's 4 pirates gone. I'm going to say that for now, Minerva and Shakira will at least perform some minor duties on the boat to kind of help out.
We probably need to.
That's how they're paying for their passage.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds good. We probably need to go to a town of some sort. What is that, Lissoon?
Mm-hmm.
To do repairs and get some new crew. Maybe sell some of our loot. But we also need to go find Geo's grandson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are on the clock, so I wouldn't actually we can just fucking go do that. But we do need to repair because I definitely don't want to go at half speed, especially if we get caught as pirates.
I mean, most of the people around Gurdan know that we're a pirate ship at this point.
True.
Going to Lissoon will be... I'm going to make you roll for it to see if anyone recognizes it. Word has gotten out that you're pirates, but I don't think it's spread like to every... You're not infamous yet.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that we just kind of make a mad dash for where they're taking Geo's grandson. And then once we do that, because we're not going to be known down there, so we can sell off our loot
True.
as a trading ship. And then we can, find Geo's grandson.
What's even in our holds right now? Let's
Silk
check.
and iron.
Silk and iron.
Well, not weapons. Some.
Oh, you sold the silk?
We did sell the
Did
silk.
we?
Yeah, you used your new teleporting circle contact with...
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
Very true.
With the what are they called again?
The Long Road, or Tariq Tawil.
Long Road, right.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. That's what it sounds like in Loxodon. That's how everything sounds in Loxodon. It's all trumpeting noise sounds.
Belch-based language.
It's hard to speak if you don't have a trunk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's just gung ho maybe then to the child.
So your hold has a bunch of ore in it right now.
Yeah.
Iron, gold, and silver, right?
Iron, gold, and silver ore, as well as some coin. Actually, not coin. It was like tools, and you guys had got some weapons, but you gave those out to your crew.
The crew.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have it right now it says iron, silver, and gold ore.
Okay. And where's the grandson at?
He's in a totally different map. They're headed for a city in the northern part of the. Yeah, it's south of here.
And we have enough food to get to where then, Chris?
Well, you have 16 days of food. So right now we have 2 maps here. So on this map, when we sail south, we will end up in Kymoria, which I will activate now.
I think we need more food. I think it's at least a 3-4 week journey.
Yeah, let's go grab food from the local city.
We could also attempt to sell stuff while we're there.
True.
Yeah, and I need to do just like a tiny bit of shopping. All right, let's do it.
So
we want to just head to Bassoon. Stop there. Get 2 more crew members or 3 more crew members, and then immediately set out. Each of us has a plan.
I don't know. I haven't heard from fucking Jeremy or Andrew like at all. You guys muted or what?
Sorry about that. I was kind of I'm still working a little bit
I
with an
absolutely
echo,
was muted. That's my bad.
Oh shit.
but it's all good.
Yeah, no, I'm down with the plan. I'm ready to go. We're like, are we headed?
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on
Yeah.
board.
So stop at Lissoon, have all of us
Yeah.
split up, do some shopping, hire a crew.
Yeah, we definitely have stuff to sell, is what I was talking about. Like we have a lot. I have a lot of shit to sell, and I have a lot of shit that I'd like identified.
Yeah. Okay. Make
And
make
I haven't
waves
had
to
an
Lissoon then.
opportunity to add this pearl of power into my
Well, you can probably do that tonight as we're on our way
into my
there.
gun.
I think it's only oh right. You probably need to craft that.
Need a good crafting table.
I guess not really. I guess Chris, could we say that that's something I could just, if for flavor, integrate into my gun?
yeah, that's something you would probably do on the boat when you're underway.
Yeah, cool. All right. Fuck, that's just a free spell slot. That's so dope.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's
But you do
fucking
have to
sick as shit.
use a spell slot and then get it back. You can't just get an extra one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I regain 1 expended spell slot. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go
Yep.
let's go sell some shit.
All right, everyone, let's batten up the hatch and get going.
Okay, so maybe while this is, before we sort of get underway, there was a couple other things. Well, there's one other thing I wanted to do. So Locke, you had also got the 2 things you were coming here for were Jakey Smiles' head, got that, and his fragment of the maps or whatever that they had included.
Yep.
What you found on him was not a map per se. It was hastily scrolled instructions on a really, what's now looking like a really old kind of parchment. It's still legible. You suspect it might be worth copying it out at some point, since this tattered sheet of paper looks like it's been folded and unfolded many times. It says, the shield of the turtle is buried on the cliffside overlooking Palma Marta. Then there's a series of instructions basically on how to find it. It says, starting at the statue of Miguel Palanta del Marta, take 20 steps towards the Temple of Amila. Turn right and walk between the bakery and the abandoned shack until you're at the foot of a sickly-looking fir tree. Turning right again will reveal a path through the thicket up the cliffside. Follow it until you can see the entire monolith of Illich from the cliffside. Pass around the 3 rocks, and the cliff will open up before you. Walk until you see a rock that looks like a pelican's beak. On the far side of the rock, away from the city, the shield is buried at its base.
Okay.
Now, most of that describes landmarks that you have no idea, but there's sort of 2 main things there. One is the city of Palma Marta, which was in Kaimoria. So I'll activate that again for a second. And upon reading this, Locke, I imagine you do this in private. So why don't you do a history check for me on Palma Marta?
I bet that's an int check. I'm super good at those.
Notoriously.
History. Yeah, dog.
Okay. As a pirate, you were a pirate that was in the Crystal Sea, I believe, up in the north, right? Because that's where you had linked up with Big Mama and where she had mostly pirated. Now, so you're very familiar with that region as well as Gurdan, likely. But I'm guessing you've never been to Kymoria.
I have not.
Yeah. So you've never actually been down here, but as a pirate, there's lots of pirate tales that come from Kymoria. It's a great pirating place. There are lots of goblinoid, different kinds of tribes and cultures there that have lots of interesting stuff to trade. But then there are also these sort of colonial outposts that have been created by Gurdanian nations. And Palma Marta is one of those one of those sort of outposts or forts, and it was, as far as you know, created by some Freyan, explorer, probably in the last century. I haven't really got my history hammered out, but what you do remember hearing while you were a pirate is that about 10 years ago, Palma Marta was basically taken over by the pirates.
Cool.
So it used to be a Freyan city used for trading and such. But for about the last 10 years, it's been kind of lawless and, as I said, sort of ruled by pirates and pirate kings, and it's, who knows what that, it's very chaotic and anarchic, basically, is what you know. Now, as a pirate, it sounds like a great place, probably. Like, you think you would fit in well, but for normal folks, it's mostly avoided on the shipping lanes and things like that.
Because of people like us.
Exactly. I like how
Literal pirate.
I like how quickly Raphael has lumped himself in. Raph is fully invested in the pirating criminal lifestyle.
Yeah, he's done designing rifles. He wants to do some shooting now. That's basically the main character arc.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, Locke, I'm going to say you probably did this on your first day when you guys were about to get to sea, as you had some privacy in your quarters. Is there anything you want to do with this, or are you just going to secret it away with your other map?
For now, I'm gonna secret it away. I'll probably tell. No, for now, I'm just gonna hold on to it because it's not really useful to tell the guys anything about it. We're not even close. So.
Nah. Well, don't be revealing anything until we're there, and then we'll be like, this is what we're doing.
All right. Okay, so that was something I hadn't actually created last time, and I wanted to do it. Now, to do that, I had to make a map of Palma Marta so I could, so I had to go and spend a bunch of time. I have that, but I'm not going to share it with y'all yet because I think it'll be more fun when we actually get there.
Yeah, I had to unsubscribe from you because you show up on my YouTube feed, on the main page, and then I just am like, making a pirate town. Oh,
yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, wait. I don't want to know this.
Yeah, exactly.
I inhabit that universe. I can't watch God create it. I
Wait a
inhabit
second.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm about to make a super cool dungeon. Maybe.
Yeah, I have to unsubscribe from you so I don't spoil myself.
Okay, maybe I'll take a quick little aside here. How are we feeling pirate arc wise? Do we feel like we've just got it started, or we're in the middle, or
I feel like we're always gonna be pirates, but I feel like for our first little pirate outing, I feel like it's kind of wrapped up, at least with that last combat. It feels like to me.
Yeah, until we go back to Gurdan, or I don't really have any plans directly for hunting anyone down right now. We can't hunt down Emeretta, or what's her name, right?
Marietta or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't hunt her down yet. We're not strong enough.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the other ones are, so I need to find information. So really, in my opinion,
along the
we're
way.
moving into in my opinion, we're moving into like Geo's arc because we're going after his grandson now. Because
Yeah,
I
that
did
Yeah.
sounds like
that
that's
would be
where
our
we should
next
head
ring.
to. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too.
Right, that was what I was thinking directly right now.
And I
is-
think we need another, at some point, another
I feel like
damn it.
piracy is more the underlying theme than it is
Of
the primary
everything.
than it
It's
is the primary arc all the time.
Definitely
Just 'cause
the
we
way
are
we
pirates.
get everywhere.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's how
Right.
we pay for everything. It's how we get from place to place.
Okay, good. That's sort of how I'm feeling. Okay, the other thing I was just gonna put out there is I've been thinking about this like one shot that's probably more like a 4 or 5 shot.
Uh-huh.
And it's not even close to being ready yet. It's just an idea. But I was thinking that maybe sometime in the next 6 months or so, we might take a side break. Anytime we start feeling like this campaign's going really good, I still feel the
I
inertia.
love this.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want it to
really
like.
Lucius.
I don't want it to die out, kind of like our last one.
Yeah.
Every campaign I've ever had has died out, so I'm not going to be sad if it does. But if
This
it,
one definitely has more passion and love.
yeah,
You can just feel it in all of our characters and the way we talk to each other. Our RP is like on point.
hmm
We need a big bad too. We need one big bad.
well,
True.
Tristan Dobler, dog.
We have Tristan
Yeah,
Dobler
right.
currently.
I have lots of possible big bad. That's what I've done so far with this campaign. Instead, is like I'm serving you up options, like. You know Tristan's out there, but since you met him, you guys have been like, fuck no, I haven't done one thing to get any closer to him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right?
Yeah, we haven't
Right.
really done anything about that.
Which is fine.
Tristan.
Which is fine, okay? And there are other big bads out there that you guys are skirting around. But I'm also okay if you guys have done a pretty good job of staying out of their hair. And you're kind of bad yourself, so it's not like you're out trying to save the world, right?
Mm-mm.
So
We're just trying to get rid of rivals.
yeah, we'll see where it goes. And at some point, shit's gonna come down on you guys, I think.
I
I mean,
feel
we can't skirt consequences forever.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of the shit you've been doing.
Some sort of legal force is probably looking for us. You know.
Well,
the
yeah,
law.
the pirate hunters were looking for us.
Yeah.
There's
they
them.
are.
And a bunch of assassin groups are after you.
Yeah, we pissed them off too. I forgot about that. We really haven't made a lot of friends in this one.
We're
Yeah.
pirates.
We killed and tortured a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Chris
Maybe
has
the,
put a
maybe the
finger
real
in a guy.
friends was the loot we got along the way.
The real friends was our ability to psychically control
Yeah.
dwarves.
Yeah, exactly.
The real ability is cursed pirate captain.
I mean, I always love making new characters though. So like,
Yeah, I'm down too. I've got ideas. I got enough
if you got something coming up, man, like I'm so down to make another.
gives me an
character.
opportunity to come up
Right.
with another anthropomorphic animal.
That's what I was thinking is like it'll give us the chance to get some of that out of our system, right? And then we can return back to the main thing.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to abandon this.
Me
It's
neither.
too good.
Me neither.
It's way too good.
Yeah.
It can't be anywhere to being done.
I do have a hilarious character that would be perfect for a one-shot because in a long-term campaign, he would get the whole party killed.
Okay, well, I'll tell you some more ideas about the one shot as I get closer, but right now, the only thing I would say is that your character needs to have some kind of speciality related to undead.
Perfect. I've already
oh.
got the character for it.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
I know exactly what I want to do now.
Jeremy, should I bring in my character from the other campaign? Should I just play Keeper again?
Keeper's great.
I think I'm gonna do that.
It will also be high level. I'm thinking like 14-ish.
Oh shit.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you'll have a lot of freedom with a level 14 character to make something pretty cool.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I saw, I forget where I saw it, you guys might have saw it too, but this one person made this artwork of this, they were doing this one-shot, like, level 20 campaign, and this guy made this, kobold fighter who, like, wore a crown and, like, royal stuff on him. I forget the story reasons why he had that stuff, and I thought that was really cool, but I don't know if the kobold would be playable, or if that would seem like a little bit too
I'm
outside the
Playing a
scope of-
kobold in Josh's campaign.
Anthony's a verdant right now, which is not supposed to be a thing, right? So
No,
like, I
they are
think
not.
he should be okay.
And they are definitely not official race.
Yeah, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I saw this artwork for this guy. I was like, man, that is so cool.
You know, Mirik the Beautiful is a kobold, and that's why I put her in here because
We already have fully sentient, independent kobolds in the canon.
yeah, this world is very cosmopolitan. And it will take place in this world as well.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, please don't waste all these beautiful maps.
Oh
I
no!
was like, please keep me in this amazing fantasy world that you've made.
Yeah,
Right.
I really love it.
And I want like future campaigns to be able to vibe off this shit. So
Yeah, because now I can make a much more world-specific character because I have a much more intimate understanding of the world.
And
Right.
your world
That's a
is
good point, man.
amazing.
Thank you. And
Now it's not just rolling the dice to see where I'm from. I get to like choose my favorite spot. You know.
right, and we can. The other cool thing is things like decorbal rifles are going to be
Yeah, that's
like
cool. Yeah.
in 20 years we can still be like, oh, and there's the decorbal rifle shop, and the blazing halberds are over there doing their fucking shit, and
We still hear stories of the ivory crowns.
exactly. Well, it's probably notorious evil pirate bastards.
Worry about it.
Yeah.
Worry about it.
Okay. So now that was a good aside. I'll tell you more as I'll just start making maps for that shit, and then once they're ready, we'll play it. Okay, so last couple things I want to make sure. What are you doing with Declan?
So
Yeah,
We haven't made anyone walk the plank yet.
true.
I don't think I want to kill him.
Well, that's up to you. It's your
It's
call.
completely up to him.
I think I'm trying to currently scare the living shit out of him.
I
and
will
make him
siphon
think.
his energy if you let me.
Oh.
I think I want to let him
You'll say
go
what?
though.
Oh,
Okay, so for the first 2 days, what do you do with him, Raph? While you guys are moving shit, keep him tied up,
Yeah, just bread and water.
and then when you get him on the boat, where do you keep him in the cage?
Yeah, in the cage for sure.
Okay, so when you are taking him towards the cage, he's kind of resistant. You've got him shackled or tied or whatever, and he's like, "What is the meaning of this? What are you thinking of doing to me?"
You have been spending your time making sure that my family name is well besmirched in these parts. I think it is time for you to have some penance for your actions.
Is that what you think? That I have been, as you say, besmirching your name? All I have spread is the truth of the Decorbos. Is it not true that your grandfather made a pact with the devil?
I am not interested in truth. I am interested in notoriety. I am concerned that these so-called truths that you peddle may bring dishonor to my family name.
I am a businessman. All I am trying to do is ensure that people get the best bargain on their rifles, which obviously are Kraus rifles. Everyone knows this. The Corbeau rifles are lore standard, and I just shared this information. If you wish to do harm and violence to me, then I can see that this is the way of the lowly de Corbeau. But I will not be your plaything. Now, if you wish me in this cage, very well. And he walks in of his own free will.
I once was a Kenku of business, but now I am a Kenku of action. And I close the door and lock it behind him.
Someone's turned super evil. I love it. Okay, he's locked away. He's locked away then. I just wanted to make sure I knew where he was. Now, what about Minerva and Jakira? Do you give them any special treatment, or they just sleep amongst the rest of the crew?
I don't know about the kobold, but Minerva is can stay with me in the alchemist lab. I will be very friendly and let her, have normal amenities that she's at least semi used to.
Yeah.
Okay, Jakira has mostly been hanging around Minerva, so she kind of takes that as a sort of tacit
Invitation.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They're welcome to the common areas of the ship. I know them, and I let the crew know that they can hang about as long as they're doing. They just need to do something to help out. Like I don't care what it is, but you don't get to fucking be on my ship.
Yeah, whether you're swabbing the deck or fishing.
It don't
You know
matter.
what I mean? Doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
Okay.
Oh, shit shit. The kobold girl's name. What's her name?
Jakira.
Shakira. Sorry,
Yeah.
drink all day. She's a sorcerer, right?
She is.
So she can help out with the engine with Geo.
Yes, she can. In fact, she could probably take over those duties from Geo if you asked her to.
Work on my
That's
water
up
flow.
to Geo.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be useful.
Because that you could do downtime stuff then.
Yeah.
So, Lucius,
Yeah.
when you invite Minerva in, she takes a look around your guys' lab and such, and she's sort of impressed. She's like, "Wow, Lucius, you've really got an impressive setup here. Now tell me, what expedition are you and your crew going on right now?"
Well, we're currently trying to save. I don't know if you've seen the sorcerer, Geo. I'm sure you have, but I don't know if you've been able to speak with him. He has a grandson that was taken, and we're currently en route to that, to save him. However, there is a little project that I have been working on while we go about, and it seems that piracy is the best way to get my job done.
I'm sorry. Are you saying you've turned to a life of piracy?
I don't know if you've looked at the flag lately, but yeah.
I don't keep the colors up all the
Oh,
time.
you don't?
No, why would I do that? Why would I just declare
Yeah,
to every
that's
ship
a
that
really
sees us
bad
that we're
idea.
pirates?
Well, then no. Nope, I didn't say that. All is normal.
I mean, it's pretty obvious to them we're pirates. We committed piracy near them because we killed the other pirates. Took all
Well,
their
we
shit.
must be. We can be like pirate hunters, maybe. Who knows?
It's gonna be very obvious very soon that we're not, though.
Right.
So you don't tell her you're a pirate, or you do?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
So what do you say instead?
Instead, I just say,
We're going to go rescue a family member of Geo's, as well as I'm tracking down certain artifacts of a very powerful mage that has been traveling this world, and trying to replicate certain spells and artifacts that he has been using in his work.
Interrupt. Sorry.
Mhm.
There's a hell of an echo coming
Yeah,
from you,
I'm
Chris.
getting a hell of an echo too.
oh, really?
From me?
Yes, from you. I looked.
I hear it most when it's Anthony or Josh talking, but
Yeah, me too.
But
I mean, hello?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, one sec.
oh, am I echoing too then?
No.
not really.
It's only when you talk really loud. And I think
Oh,
it
then-
triggers
How about now?
Lucius's voice.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go.
Nope,
It's gone.
we're good.
Nice, yeah.
Okay, thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, that was killing me. I was dying. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I still do say that. I don't change what I say.
Okay, and you were talking
I'm down a
about.
powerful mage
Oh yes. Okay.
trying to replicate his work, basically.
She says, "Very interesting. Well, what kind of artifacts is it that you are searching out? Is it something here in Freya?"
No.
No, it's not in Freya. We're gonna be going south. I need to be going to where the gosh, what were those called? Fey crystals are abundant, and I think they're in the jungles, somewhere in the southern area of the world. That's where I'm going to be going, but of course I have a whole crew here. They're not mine, but I do follow their whims occasionally and pick up things here and there when I need them.
Well, if you are going south, then I will be happy to sail with you a bit. My intention was to journey to Kymoria. I had sent my helper and friend, young Turnip, on ahead. She's waiting for me at Fort Dunwittle. She's getting some supplies ready, and she's taking a first look at the jungle. But
Well, it
my
sounds like we have similar goals, similar interests to be going. I've always butted heads with you, Minerva, but as you can see, we are a much more profitable company now.
I can see that. Oh, well, I won't ask too closely about how you've come across the resources that you have. I hope that you are returning all artifacts to the museum as we agreed when we were students. But, of course...
I will go, bah! Students, that university was nothing compared to the power that we can get by ourselves, Minerva.
Is that so? Well, that university has provided me with a lot of resources myself. For instance, I've got a couple books here on Kymoria. Here's one on the Polhuatl Empire. I've been reading it as we were sailing about, so I can learn more about their cultures. I don't know if these are things that you would want, but I do have some knowledge about the cultures down there, and there are some colonial forts and outposts along the way that are a little bit more like Gurdan, they will have folks speaking in common instead of goblinoid, although I imagine you probably could get along pretty well with the tribes here. Do you imagine?
I want to resign then. I apologize for that outburst. I just have some bad memories of the university in general. It seems like those books absolutely would come in handy. Your knowledge of the area especially would be very helpful, because we, as of right now, have none.
Oh, well, I'm happy to share with you any of my resources. I've got a couple maps here as well. I did give you my spare map of Kymoria already. I hope that's been helpful. I tell you what, if you need anything else from me, I'll just going to set up shop over here in this corner. I'm going to spread out some of my maps and start planning my expedition.
Feel free to take a table, chair, and cots. Please, make yourself at home. I will bring it up with the captain tomorrow morning about the usefulness of your information and go from there.
Oh, okay, wonderful. It's good to see you again, Lucius.
Very much appreciate it. Yeah, I very much appreciate you being on board now. And I'm glad that it seems that we are not butting heads so much.
Because she did see me flying around shooting motherfuckers with Eldritch.
She did. I mean, you guys basically came in and rescued her from her perspective, so...
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. She was like my university, bully / rival, and now it's turning a cheek. I fucking love it.
Nice. Okay, so you leave her to her ends, and at least for the moment, she does as you say and sort of sets up a little table and area for herself.
And if the kobold again forgot.
She's a dragonborn. She was just a kobold.
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
If she was following Minerva, I will also gesture and say,
Please take a cart. Grab yourself a table. The food is here. Go ahead and eat as much as you like. We'll be restocking here soon.
Oh my, oh thank you. Wow, that's really nice. You're way nicer than those other goblinoids. They were wow, they were pirates and not like the yo-ho-ho kind. They were like the rapey kind. Really not cool.
I would refrain speaking about goblinoids in such a manner where one is standing in front of you. However, they were pirates, and I do completely not condone their actions.
Oh my, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Like what I meant was like they were rapey pirates, not like goblinoids are rapers. Oh my, I feel
Well,
so
you literally
bad.
said goblinoid pirates, so in the future, again, am a goblinoid. Let's not say that.
I'm so sorry. I'm very grateful for I'm very grateful for your generosity and your hospitality. Thank you.
And remember, I'm wearing like a long, stupid, fancy fur jacket with the Ivory Crown symbol on it.
Yeah, you guys are all decked out in your Ivory Crowns gear.
Yeah, so like she's talking to a dude who his jacket's probably more than she's ever seen in her life. Anyway, cool.
She does look like she's pretty wealthy herself, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you can recall, her aunt, at least what you can recall is one of her aunts owned that magic shop. That's where you guys met her. She was working in the magic shop for her aunt.
Right. Oh yeah, so very wealthy though.
Yeah. She's got she looks like
With some of our wealth.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So yeah,
Definitely
she's
want to return her then at some point.
she is grateful for giving her food and shelter.
Maybe we need to find out because there's teleporters that go between major cities. I believe Chris said at one point. We might need to find one and drop her off so she can get back home. I'm not sure though.
So the long road has offered you teleportation services, and so because you guys set up that long road in Earshore with the blazing halberds, you could probably facilitate her getting home through the long road
Pretty easily.
Yeah, or you could sail her home, or you could whatever.
No, I'll tell her. Well, we're not going anywhere near there anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'll talk to her then. I'll say,
Well, I just want to let you know. Again, please feel free to make yourself at home. We do have connections with certain groups that could teleport you home if need be. Also, we are going south, the Pohuatl Empire, but not sure if that's where your business is bringing you.
I almost called her Reba. Minerva speaks up and she's like, "Oh, well, my dear, you were really eager to get home. This sounds like a great..." And she kind of gets interrupted by Jakira. She's like, "Oh, well, like, yeah, I really, like, was miserable on that other boat, but this boat kind of, I think I might want to see how it goes for a few days. These folks seem a little bit nicer, Minerva, and, well, you know what I told you about my aunt and the ritual and stuff. So maybe I'll just stick around for a while." And Minerva's like, "Are you sure?" She's like, yes.
Well, I know you come from a very powerful family, and we have used their services many times, as you may well know. So again, whether you choose to stay or go, the option is there. We have it in our power to do so. The choice is yours.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's great. I think I'll stay for a bit then.
Sounds good. Make yourself at home.
and then I will walk away.
Okay. You can just overhear a little bit of a conversation between the Minerva and her, where Minerva sort of questions her again. She's like, "Are you sure you don't want to go home?" And Jakira says, "I don't want to go through with the ritual." And that's all you hear.
Yeah, something weird going on there. Rituals and ants.
And
Bring it up to the captain later.
okay, that was a lot of role playing on the side stuff. Shall we try and sail away, sail away, sail away?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so I've decided I'm going to nerf the wind engine a little bit. Instead of going 3, it will go 2. And the reason for that is it will just make the decision more interesting. Otherwise, we just turned it on every day and it was kind of boring.
Yeah, facts.
And it probably won't slow us down any. It just makes it. And now that we have Jakira powering the engine, it's not even a meaningful choice because Geo can do whatever he wants. So why don't we just roll our shit? So we need to roll. Oh, game's paused. We need to roll whether there's wind or not. So a d20.
Yo, on it.
Yes, there is. It was private, but you can.
My bad.
Then we can roll a d6 to see which direction the wind is coming from. 2. Okay. It's coming from the top right, which means if you were sailing to the bottom left, you would be fine. So we're going to turn on the engine. That's enough to get you into Lizoon. Boom, boom. That's where you guys were headed, right?
Yes, to restock food stores, do as much repair as we can in a day, and get 2 crew members again if we can.
Okay. So, let's also roll traffic. So that was a
Which one is that?
D100. And let's also roll weather, which was a D4.
Who's got the D4?
Who's got the D4? Ooh, gets worse. Okay. So I think we were in sunny, so now it's overcast.
Oh no.
Say,
And
whenever Chris says that, we just roll and take the first one. So whoever's fastest.
yeah. Sounds
Well,
good.
I've got Hundy stick on a hot key, so I'll fucking beat you on the Hundy stick every time.
So, because it's overcast and the seas are a little bit turbulent, we need to make a sailing check today. So that's the captain. We said it was an intelligence base. Intelligence base. That makes sense. So intelligence. If you have a skill that you're trained in, yeah, there you go.
I mean, there's no sailing skill because, you know.
We might need to get a smart boy hired and put him on there.
I think you would add your proficiency at least because you're a pirate. That's what I think.
Add 3 to that then.
Yeah. In any case, it was just turbulent seas today, nothing crazy, so you had no problem sailing in. And the traffic, we were at high traffic today. As you are flying, or as you're sailing into Lizoon, a bunch of seabirds, in particular some pelicans, come flying next to the ship and sort of escort you into the harbor. You come in with you're obviously not flying your pirate colors. And you're a little bit wary as you come in, seeing that there's a Freyan galleon and a Freyan frigate, not in port, but just anchored out in front of the port. You come sailing in between them. Let's roll. What should we roll? See if they recognize you. A reputation check. It feels like a D100 to me. But then I need to decide what that means.
You just say the word, I got a D100 ready.
Okay, I've got the idea. Roll the D100.
Ooh.
How come there was 2?
Because I rolled 1 to try and beat him out.
I'm faster.
I was gonna say, was
I
the
rolled
spirits
way
just
better.
gathering together or something?
Okay.
Yeah, those are radically different rolls.
So you guys are, a little bit anxious as you sail between the 2 ships, especially since there's this one point where you would be in target of both of their guns and, a full barrage would just obliterate your ship. You come sailing in, they don't do anything. They don't seem to adjust at all. Do you guys use your spy glasses to look at them, or do you just try and be a little more casual about it.
I mean, I don't see why not. Why
Okay.
not use my...
Yours doesn't look like a spyglass. I'm just saying, if you have your spyglass out and you're staring at them, they're staring at you, they're gonna be like, why are they staring at us? But with your little Google goggles, so why don't you roll me a perception check? Captain Locke, are you gonna pull out your spyglass and look at them, or are you gonna keep your eyes on the dock?
I'll keep my eyes on the dock.
Okay, so Raph, do a perception check for me. Okay, even with your long vision goggles, which give you advantage, you still do quite poorly. You try and look at the galleon. The sides are a little bit steep and it's kind of listing a little bit, so you can't really, all you see is like a couple heads popping over the top. You can't really see what's going on. It doesn't look like they're readying guns or anything. You do a quick scan of the frigate and are able to tell that it's a little bit lower in the water, so you have a little bit better sight. Same thing, you can't really see what's going on, but it doesn't look like they're readying their guns or anything. And sure enough, you sail right between the two ships into the harbor of Lizoun, which is a pretty large harbor. It's one of the main shipping cities out of Freya into Gurdan. So there's lots of ships moving in and out. Yours is just among maybe a half dozen that are moving in at this point. And a couple of folks out in smaller boats are directing you in the harbor because there's a lot of harbor traffic. And they're telling you to go over to the eastern harbor, and you pull in and you're allowed to dock up to one of the docks. And after the ropes are thrown down by your sailors and tied up, a dock, a sort of a ship captain or a shipping, what am I trying to say? Someone who works for the dock comes over to the base of your gangplank. He says, "Who's the captain? Who's the captain here?"
Why, that would be me.
Yes, okay. Well, what's your name, sir?
My name is William Weatherby.
Captain Weatherby. Captain Weatherby, it looks like you've got this ship here. Am I reading this right? The Jewel of the Crown?
Yeah.
Okay, Captain Weatherby, Jewel of the Crown. For this size ship at this dock, we charge 4 silver per day. How many days do you plan to be docked here?
It's like 3 just in case.
Right, that'll be 12 silver. Are there any amenities do you need while you're docked here?
Well, what kind of amenities do you got?
Well, we can help. We can get some food and water brought to your ship if that's what you're here for. Supplies. Are you planning to offload or load on any wares today? We have longshoremen ready for loading.
Not sure about the wares. Gonna have to go find a buyer, but could use an extra 2 weeks supplies if you want to go ahead and load that on. How much is that gonna cost?
Well, it depends, sir. Are you? Looks like you've got a fair-sized boat. How many heads are we feeding?
I tell him how many because I don't remember the actual number.
You got about 25-ish, maybe 30. Any livestock, horses?
Nah.
You got one, I think. Is then you bring Raph's horse?
Oh, yeah, Vrana's in the
yeah.
hull. Yeah.
Singular horse.
Okay, well,
One horse.
Doesn't eat much because we forget to feed it.
Is it dead?
No, he's fine.
here, let me do. Oh, I think I might have wrote this down.
He might have scurvy.
He's dead. He's just lying there. That was a running joke on Critical Role. They had this like pet weasel, and after every fireball or whatever, they're like, "Oh yeah, how's the weasel doing?" "Oh, the weasel's fine. Yeah."
Yeah, he managed to dodge it.
Exactly.
Animals are just immune.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have an initiative order, it's fine.
Exactly. Immune to fireball damage.
Can't take damage until you're in initiative order.
Okay, so
I guess.
and then how well do you like your crew to eat there, sir? We have different quality, we'll say, of the rations we can bring board.
Well, what's the mid-tier quality gonna cost?
All right, I hear what you're saying. We won't give you anything filthy. Trying to find it. This used to be. What is it called? Lifestyle. In the old days, you had to open a book and read a rule, and now you just Google and try and remember what the rule is. Okay, so modest or comfortable? Comfortable?
Comfortable.
Comfortable. So we're talking. Let's say about 50 gold pieces per day for 2 weeks. 700 gold pieces, he quotes you.
Alright. We'll take that out of the ship stores. Hang on, I don't think we've added the loot to the ship stores yet. Give me a sec here. I'll do that. Cargo. Yeah, we haven't added that, so I will add that now.
Now, sir, it's going to take us most of the afternoon to have that food loaded on board. Now, I also notice, don't mind me asking, sir, but you seem to have a little bit of damage on your ship.
If we could talk to a ship's carpenter, that'd be good.
Well, I do have a couple carpenters. They are looking for work today. I'll let you speak with them, but this looks like about 3 days' work to me. They do good work, and they charge by the day. That will be about 5 gold pieces a day for the 3 of them. Are you willing to put in for that?
Aye.
Right, and I imagine there will be materials. Add about another 40 gold pieces to that for wood and whatnot.
Alright. 1 second here. I'm trying to do all this in our party thing.
No problem. And I just keep adding more expenses.
Yeah, 15, 40.
I said 755 total, I think.
And what scent of air freshener would you like?
You're arranging for coin on your end, and he's making notes in his on his clipboard. He's got a couple helpers with him, and he sends them along their way to get some of the carpenters and such lined up, like you asked.
Okay, everything's all good. I've all of our finances are taken care of.
It's like, oh, very well. That's very kind of you, Captain Weatherby. Now, Captain Weatherby, may I have a word with you over here, just in private for a second?
Mm-hmm.
He takes you out of earshot of his helpers, but also out of earshot of, some of the longshoremen and other sailors that are around. He's like, Captain Weatherby, I hate to tell you this, but your ship has come up just this morning on a letter from the captains, you see. They are looking for it. It's I'm not going to mark you down here so that anyone's going to know you're in the dock, but anyone walking by can read the name of your ship right off the side, you see.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll make sure to take care of it, and I slip them out of platinum.
Oh, well, thank you, Captains Weatherby. This will definitely help. If you ever do need a little bit more discretion when you're here in Lizoon, my name is Gerald Booksby. Now,
Thank you, sir.
you come on here to the east dock, never to the west dock. Over there, they're a bunch of bootlickers, all right? But down here, we got a couple that will let anyone in, if you know what I mean, if you got the coin.
Aye.
All right. Now, because of that, I recommend not spending too much time here, but at least for a couple days here, I'll tell the boys not to send too many wanderers down this dock.
Right. I'm gonna Thank you, sir. And then I'm gonna go talk to Raph real quick.
Okay.
Alright, Raph.
Sia mi capitana, what can I do for you?
Well, I just got some information saying we're pretty well known around these parts, and they're looking for our ship. Is there anything you could do to maybe cover up her name, like temporarily, something to really hide it? But I don't want to drape anything over it. It's kind of obvious, right? That we're hiding it then.
I could do some things. How do you need it to be permanent?
No. Just while we're in port, really. Just a couple days.
Yes, very well. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, thank you.
And then I will go ahead and go out. And I guess we're already in, so I can't do it in front of them, can I?
You can,
Yeah, like you're in the dock. It's
We're
kind of
safe right now.
you can find yourself a
so-
time.
I just use right tools for the job and go out there and just summon some painter's tools and just paint it real quick.
Okay, so then what are you gonna paint? So in in Critical Role, they got a boat called the Squall Eater, and they changed it to the Ball Eater. So you guys have Jewel of the Crown. The Grinning Goblin was just in earshore, but they had hidden themselves as the Grinning Golem. So what are you guys gonna call yourselves as your like secret name?
Okay.
Jewel of the Crown becomes what?
The gruel that is brown.
Gruel that is brown. Okay. Gruel that is brown. Okay. So you guys obviously ship wheat mostly. Wheat and various grains. Okay, the gruel is brown. So again, it allows you to keep most of the shapes, right? So that when you have to repaint later, it's easier. You don't have to repaint the whole thing. That doesn't take you very long because of your cleverness. And sure enough, you've got a little camouflage on your ship. So you guys feel like a couple days in Lezoon, you're probably pretty safe. Just don't go, starting any bar fights or lipping off any captains or lieutenants.
Would we say so? Where did the Grinning Goblin take off from? Did they take off from earshore just like us?
They were in earshore, yeah.
So we're at a pretty distance. So okay, so I'm considering stranding Declan here.
I say we go even farther south.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Take
We
him
can
down to
strand
places
him.
he's never been, and then.
That's a good point because we'd have to get him off the boat right here, and that would be shady. So let's not do that.
And actually, this is not that bad. Like, he's from Gormanburg. So.
Oh, yeah, right. So no, that's like right across from his home. So he needs
no.
to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like way south.
Dropping him here would be like basically dropping him at home. Yeah. Okay. So, anything else you guys want to take care of while I know Lissoon is just a pit stop, so we're repairing. We got food. You want to hire three or four new recruits?
Probably should.
Is that a lock?
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
Captain Locke, we're going to hire some more.
So are we just gonna roll for him?
Why don't we just roll some races again, like we did
Let's
last
do it.
time?
That was fun.
Yeah. So I think I still have my. Yeah, here it is. So, while we're actually in Lezoon now, or we've moved, right? So.
The ratios have changed.
But not. I mean, the broad strokes I think are the same. It's still human. We're in a human dwarf part of the world, so. 1 to 40 is still human. 41 to 80 is still dwarf. So, just hope for something cool over 80.
Yeah.
And we're going to do 4, so that's 1 for everybody except for one of you.
Alright, I'll go.
Oh, that's right. We have an Azamar.
Whoops.
Okay, make it public so that we
Go
can.
again,
Yeah. 85! Oh, shit! Bugbear!
Oh fuck, that's a dope pirate.
Oh, that's
Bugbear.
Okay, Bugbear. Okay, we got a Bugbear. Who's next?
I rolled a lot of the
Okay.
last one. so you guys can go ahead.
61 is a dwarf. 2 more.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Do one.
92. Drow.
Oh, nice. That's the second
Ooh,
92
drow,
I've
that's
rolled
sick.
in a row.
Oh, I forgot you guys had that drow assassin with you too.
Gonna say we got a couple drow. This is getting real shady. Literally,
Yeah.
Priceless.
literally, they like the dark.
They do like
Okay, one more. And a dwarf. So 2 dwarfs, a bugbear, and a drow. Let me go write those down. Not the grinning goblin.
Sweet. What in your world is it like that? Are drows ubiquitous enough where like they might not know each other, or is there like a
They're part of the
They're
East,
kinda like
the like Asian Empire, aren't they? With like
Yeah.
the orcs? Yeah. Like the Eastern themed
Okay.
empire.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You're
my
from
character would
there.
actually be-
Yeah, your wife was drow.
Oh my
remember?
gosh. It's
Your-
been an interest. It's been a long.
Your grandkid is a drow. Okay, that's very, very interesting, and I'm going to have to run with that. That gives me lots of role-playing opportunities. The bugbear, by the way, is also like a goblinoid, so we can
Can we call him Twig?
sure.
Sounds like a Banderbear name. I mean, not Banderbear. Sounds like a bugbear name.
Twig. Even though they're huge.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an ironic name.
Yes.
What name was that again, Andrew?
Twig.
All right.
Bad.
Okay, so we got food, we got some new crew, and okay, so now we need to sail away, sail away, sail away. I was gonna say it's gonna take us 3 days. So I'm gonna move my other ships in those 3 days. Ooh, off the map for this ship. Okay. So it is now the 6th of Delarad. The winter's cold is starting to lose its grip. You can sense spring around the corner. A few more weeks of winter, and you set back out on your ship with a couple new crew, and repairs have been made, so you're back to full hit points. And you want to sail out once again. The frigate has actually left, sailed away on your second day in port, but the galleon is still there, guarding the port, and you need to sail by. So let's do another D100. Let's roll 2 again. All right, no, only roll 1. There's only 1 ship this time.
Someone want to do it, or you want me to do it?
You do it. Okay, you're safe.
Make you go this time.
I love it. Okay, it doesn't pursue you. You guys seem to make it out on time. And as you pull away, Raphael just lowers himself down on a little pulleys and paints, removes the paint that he had on there, or the disappearing paint or whatever he had rigged up flakes away. And once again, it says Jewel of the Crown on the side. You guys sail off into the distance. So let's roll our wind, D20, D6. D6 means it's coming from the top left way. D20 means, I don't know, it's let's just say that's favorable for everyone. No matter where it's always blowing the way you want when you roll a 20. So go wherever you want to go. You can move up to 3 hexes.
let's just go up to the left. Yeah.
I was gonna take us, yeah.
Start sailing down.
Okay. So that looks like high traffic. So let's. Oh.
Was I able to buy a shield while we were there? By the way.
Heck yes. Anyone else have any
Well, I'll
shopping
take
you
care of
needed to take care of in Lissoon?
No, I'm all good.
Did not.
Do you need a price for that, Andrew, or are you just
No,
gonna...
I'll take care of it.
Yeah. And I called you Andrew. I'm sorry.
It might surprise you to know that we're used to it.
I was gonna say, like, after 2.5 years of trying really hard not to call you guys each other's names, I think that might have been the first time I'd done that.
It's cool. Our own family does it constantly.
I bet.
Don't worry.
I bet that's probably what your parents did your whole life.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Their
it's
fault
even
for
hard
doing
like,
two names that start with A and N.
Yeah,
I know,
technically
right?
It's my dad's fault only. He named my brother without my mom's consent. So.
Well,
That's a true story.
Great.
Anthony's named after our Billy Joel song. Everybody, I just want to bring that into
Anthony the
everybody's
Conqueror,
attention.
by the way. It's not that. Nope.
Nice.
100%. Anthony is named after a Billy Joel song.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I'm just named after a family.
Okay, someone roll a D100 so we can see what our traffic's looking like today. 30. All right, I think that might be seabirds again, or I mean, sea animals.
Sea birds, sea water, sea boat.
Yeah, today you see a very colorful. Basically, you see like a school of very vibrantly colored fish. They're like really, really large and juicy looking too. In fact, I will say that if you guys want to try and do some fishing today, I'll slow you down 1 hex so you don't go the full way, and you can try and add to your food stores. Want to take that opportunity or just sail by, leave them out there?
Sail.
Okay. Someone roll a
we just bought bunch
D4.
of food, right?
You guys just bought a bunch of food, yeah. So roll a D4. Someone for weather.
got it.
Ooh, it got worse.
Oh.
So it's starting to get a little bit rough out here.
Uh-oh.
It's raining with rough seas. So, Captain Locke, you spent most of your day trying to keep your ship going straight on the direction you want without roughing it up. So let's do a sailing check. That's an intelligence check, but add your whatchamacallit to it.
I'm just gonna do the end check and we just add the 3.
Proficiency?
Sure.
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. That is a fail, so that's a mishap today. So now we have a 1d10 on the mishap chart. Oh, it's our first mishap. This shit is fun. Roll something good for me, Captain Locke.
Does the 10 mean we have to get a new boat? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay. Josh, remember we had a conversation like 6 months ago?
I remember the conversation you were
Okay.
talking about.
Okay. So lean into this if you want to or not. It's up to you, okay?
Yeah.
So, you've been sailing most of the day, and it's been pretty rough. Things, at one point, a couple of the sailors almost got knocked off the ship as one of those like booms or whatever they're called comes flying across. Just luckily saved by another sailor who got a quick rope on them. Also during the day, one of the water barrels that you have secured to catch rain, which of course now is over sloshing with rain, got unsecured, rolled down towards one of the sailors, almost crushing him, but was pulled out of the way by that new bugbear twig, and he was really strong and got in there in a second. And then this mishap that's about to happen you see this happening before it actually happens. But one of the main cannons on the main deck here, the ropes that you use to secure them in place, especially when you're sailing, one of the ropes gets unsecured, and you can see that the cannon right now is just sort of wiggling up against its two. You also put blocks underneath its wheels, right? But it's rolling and wiggling, and you think it's going to come loose at any second. You're the only one who can see what's going on at this point, Captain Locke, because you're up on the steering, up with the steering at the helm. What are you going to do? Let me bring us to the Jewel of the Crown, too.
I'm going to yell out, "Oh, get that cannon secured right now!"
All right. Two of the sailors nearby run towards the cannon, and just as they get there, the second rope that's securing it snaps free, and the hook that's on the side of it comes flying out, smashes one of the sailor in the face, and he's all bloodied and fallen on the ground. And the other one goes to grab the cannon, but he's not strong enough to hold the cannon, and it starts rolling back, and it looks like it's about to roll on him. Let's do a dexterity check for this guy. So I'm just going to roll 1d20. What do you guys think this sailor's dexterity is?
Which one is it?
A +2.
It's a random one right now. I haven't said which one. It's a +2. He's pretty dexterous, says Lucy. I'm going to say that's not enough. The wheel rolls over his foot. He tries to jump out of the way before the cannon takes him over, but the wheel rolls over his foot, breaking his ankle. He's now, both of the two sailors who went to go try and grab the cannon are now like bloodied and injured. They're not dead or anything, but they're bloodied and injured. We'll say it was Dave Wilscott and John Smith.
Dang it,
Makes
Dave
sense.
Wilscott, you idiot!
Yeah. Hook to the face for Dave Wilscott, and broken ankle for John Smith. At this point, Locke, you, the current helmsmen that you have available are the two closest, as well as there are a couple other sailors that are currently working the sail, but if they get off the sail, the ship might, you're currently on rough seas too.
Yeah. I will head down there. Who's around me? Which cannon is it? Market?
It's this cannon.
Alright.
If it gets free, it's gonna like roll over the side of this and like smash sailors that are down below, probably killing them.
Yeah, I know.
Where are the rest of the people? Everyone else is around here, so
I see where everyone is. I'm gonna
Yeah.
head down there.
Well, that was Geo. Sorry.
I'm gonna yell out, Dresdes! Dresdes, I need your help! Get over here!
On the way.
Dresdes. Sorry, Dresdes. I'm just gonna stop moving people. Y'all can move yourselves. Okay, so you get over there, and now, do you try and stop the cannon from rolling over the side? Okay. Make a strength saving throw for me.
Both of us, right?
No, just you for now. Dresdes isn't there yet.
Excellent.
Oh, so close. You come running up behind it, and at first you're like, you don't really want to, but you get your body behind it so you can get full leverage. You've got your feet up braced against the little fence behind you, and you're pushing it, and for a second you're actually holding it, but then the ship rocks back, and all the weight of the cannon starts getting pushed back on you, and slowly you can watch it as it slowly crushes into you, and in fact part of the cannon goes right into your leg, right underneath your left leg, right underneath the knee bone, and starts crushing you against this this fence, you can take, let's see, crushing damage. Those sound like big dices to me. Let's say 2d12. Oh, ouch! Shit, your knee's getting like fucked up right now. You take 20 damage from this cannon crushing you up. But at the moment, your strength plus the remaining strength on this little fence thing are keeping the cannon from falling below on the helpless sailors down below. Dresdis, you come running up. You see your friend and captain pinned against this fence by the cannon. What are you going to do?
Is he still holding on to the rope?
He sort of got the cannon he's like crushed between the cannon and this fence.
I'm gonna grab the cannon and try to pull the cannon back.
Okay, so you get to the other side of the cannon and you start pulling on it. Give me a strength check.
One of these buttons lets me do a strength check ability, right?
Boom.
That's one of them.
So, you get your feet leveraged. You start pulling on it. Luckily, Locke, of course, is also on the other end, putting all of his strength in. So, Locke, why don't you give me a strength check here too? Just enough to support. He's able to get it. You manage to get it off of his knee, and you watch as your friend sort of falls off injured from behind the cannon, but you're still holding the cannon tied or from falling down below. At this point, two other sailors who are nearby, Toothless Tray and Dogrim Anvil Crusher, they come running over and they're like, "Get another rope, secure it." One of them throws blocks underneath the two wheels, and the other one grabs a rope and starts trying to loop it through the cannon again. I'm going to need another strength check from you, Dresdis, to keep it secured while the two sailors resecure it. So give me another strength.
Dude, I'm such an idiot. I just thought of a solution.
Uh-oh.
We didn't have to do any of this. I had a solution, like 100%.
This is way better. At least this is what I wanted to do. So next is okay. So you fail the check. You feel like it's slipping from your hands. Do a strength saving throw for me, Dresdis.
Oh shit.
No, it slips. The water on the cannon get out of your hands and it starts slipping down. It's all up to the sailor. He's got a +2. Oh no! Not quick enough to latch the rope on. It comes sliding back again, crashes into the fence, splintering it, and then falling down onto the stairs down below, crushing and killing Harko Spearfisher. No, crushed by a falling cannon. Oh, Harko.
No!
What will we tell your
Harko!
wife? Oh, nothing, because we never met her.
We won't even say anything to her. We don't know what happened or where he went.
But at this point, the cannon has now fallen below. You're kind of fucked. This cannon is kind of all destroyed. You have some more repairs to do. These are not like hull damage, so it doesn't cause actual damage. But you're down one cannon, you're down one crew member, and Locke, you have a mangled leg as you hobble off to the side. And this is where we can make the role-playing decision. If you would like that...
You actually almost killed me with that roll.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I picked 2d12, and I rolled 20. Yeah, so after, the ships get steadied, Winter Night Train had taken over at the helm and started issuing commands once she saw that you were injured, Captain Locke. The rest of the party can come over and, try and attend to Locke. Now, Locke, do you want your leg back, or do you want a peg leg?
I call over Raphael.
Okay.
I call Raphael over. Oi, Raf.
Dimmi, Capitan.
This leg, it's pretty fucked.
I think I know where you might be going with this.
Yeah. Is it? Could you make me a new leg, one that's not like just a piece of wood? Like, is it within your skill? Could you attempt to make a new leg for me?
Oh,
Like,
see
with
me,
a foot?
Capitan. It is
I-
more than it is definitely within my skills. Yes.
I thought you would find it fun anyway to try and do something like that, and I would rather have a foot than a peg.
Now let me ask you, how you want? You say you would rather have a foot than a peg, but how would you feel about maybe a gun,
In me leg? That sounds awesome.
some sort of a weapon?
Like
I
it,
don't know.
like a fake knee.
Yeah, I think that there is a way for us to make this more interesting than just than a leg. But I see that this is a prompt matter, so maybe I should get to work because you seem to be bleeding.
Oh, that would. Well, we can stop the bleeding. That's not that hard. But I think the foot's done.
See. Okay, so any other? And Raphael's got like a clipboard. He's taking notes. Is there any specific features you would like?
Raphael, can you do a medicine check for me?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't think I've ever done one of those with any character ever. Hold on, let me make sure it is private. There we go. Okay.
Okay, so you're pretty sure that you can save. I mean, you're an artificer who has you guys have some medicine training. You can decide where yours comes from, but at the very least, your scientific training in anatomy is enough to think that you could probably save the leg above the knee. You probably need to remove the leg around the knee. Now, how you guys want to do that is up to you. There's sort of two ways. One is, the surgery way. The other is the Dresdis way, I think.
What do you mean the dress this way?
He chops it with his halberd.
Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So, Capitan, I give you a couple of options here. Yes, I certainly can do something about the leg. Unfortunately, it seems like it will have to come off at the knee. We
I figured that.
we can do some things to make the pain easier. I have a few tools at my disposal. Or I could ask for mi porto Dresdif to come here and to do, I don't know how you say in common, the choppa choppa.
As long as we can. I really wouldn't like to feel that either way. It doesn't sound very fun.
I have a series of potions here that could make you feel better right afterwards.
All right then. Well.
During I have very little for the curing of pain.
Yeah, I know. All right then. Let's get this done. Fuck it.
I admire your bravery. Dresdes, mi porto. We are in need of your skills.
Yeah, I got you, but this might take more than one hit.
That sounds so mean.
That's why they call it the old choppa choppa. It's not just the choppa; it's choppa choppa.
Just, I think maybe it is good for you to focus on getting one good hit here.
Like I'm gonna have to mash it down with the blunt side of my hammer. I'm sorry.
All right, Locke, take a swig of your rum or your whiskey
I drink the rest of whatever's in my flask.
and
give you a
bite
piece of
down on
it.
something.
Yeah!
Oh, you're good.
Oh.
That's
that looks-
15 damage to him.
Oh my god.
He's actually dead now.
Does that actually kill you? Like if you were alive, or if we're okay, then we'll say that from the strike is true, and it chops it off quite cleanly right underneath the kneecap. But the pain and the thrust of it was enough to cause you to pass out, Locke. You pass out, but Raphael is right there, and he's ready. What's your tactic on this? Cauterization, Raph?
I think probably. Well, first of all, health potion right off the bat.
Right.
So let's give him a potion of healing right off.
Okay. And we'll say you also kind of like pour that on the wound too, like, you know, that's how magical healing works.
Yeah.
So that maybe causes it to grow over like a kind of stumps layer of skin on there.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
And then, you know, after you've got it sort of sealed, you pour the rest down his throat. You know, it's more effective that way, and he sort of comes to again. Locke, you're now less one leg. You're left, I think I said. You're left
Yep.
foreleg, I guess. For the moment, one of your other sailors... Meanwhile, John Smith is laying on the ground with his broken foot, being like, can I get something over here? And Dave Wilscott's hooked to the face. He's bleeding out as well. But
Be fine.
a couple other sailors are tending to them. It looks like Dave's foot might be all right, but John's gonna have a nasty ass scar on his face.
Chick's dig scars, he'll be fine.
Just yeah. But another sailor, Argos Kazamakis, comes up, and he's got a makeshift crutch made for you, Locke, until you get your new leg fashioned on. And for the meantime, we'll say, I don't know, it halves your movement until you can get that new leg. And I imagine, Raphael, you want to get started working on that right away.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Start getting some gaskets together.
All right. Then you can probably do that starting out on the next day. That was kind of fun.
What are we gonna make the leg out of?
Yeah, I was about to ask, Capitan, do you have a preferred material? I could make it from wood or from metal.
Well, there's a whole shit ton of silver and gold and iron in me hold.
See, so we could make it from some sort of electrum, maybe.
Yeah. That is I forgot about that fucking metal. Yes.
We could melt some gold and silver together.
Let's make electrum.
Yeah.
That's what that's what the crown's made out of.
Oh,
Electrum.
that'd be sick.
And, you know, this is D&D. Of course you can fucking smelt iron in your...
Listen, right tools for the job means I got whatever.
Yep, on a wooden ship. Fucking A, I'm smelting iron in the hold. That's, you know, good idea. But this is D&D, and you guys are fucking heroes, so of course you can fucking do that. That's what magic is for. All right, so everything in my world takes 3 days, apparently. So it'll take 3 days to make that.
Fair.
You know, 1 day to smelt some iron. So think about what you want. It sounded like we've got probably like an iron sort of...
I was thinking an iron base and plating it
Yeah.
like in electrum.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
And then we can have Raphael do like rune enchants and shit on it. It'll be cool.
Oh yeah, it can be upgraded over time. I feel like it can be... Like, there's so many cool things you could put on an enchanted fucking leg.
Robot leg.
Yeah.
Have you seen Treasure Planet?
Yes.
No.
I'm thinking like Long John Silver's leg, but like with a foot rather than a peg.
Yes. I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, that look cool.
Like, cool steampunk leg.
Yeah, kind of like it looks like a leg if you're looking at it from afar, but if you look at it too close, it's got like sticks and gaskets and shit that are like
The
in the
only
shape of a
requirement.
leg.
That sounds
The
super
only
cool.
requirement, Raph, is that it's got to be quiet.
Also,
See.
just saying, Treasure Planet is wildly underrated.
Agreed.
True.
Agreed. One of the greatest movies ever. Okay, and I can also, Capitan, I can do a couple of features for you if you would like. Maybe a hidden knife blade of some sort.
That sounds amazing, actually.
I might take me some extra time, but it seems like we have some time now.
I will be sailing for a while.
Okay, so I want to like try and see if I can get like a knife, like a hidden knife blade that he can activate.
Sure.
At the bottom of it that comes, you would probably you want it out of the heel or out of the front? Out of the front would probably be better, right?
Yeah.
So I want to like set up a hidden knife blade for him.
Sure. And once we get that set up, it can be like your offhand.
If I get captured, it's a hidden weapon.
Sure,
Yeah.
both, yeah. Okay.
Let's say I make it so it like the knife you can use it on the boot, or the knife can also like be removed from the boot.
Right.
So you have a knife on you at all times.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do the next day. So we'll do our D20 for wind. And then our D6 for wind.
Well, I didn't roll very hot on that.
So that means there is wind. So now we need a D6. The D20 is just for 1s and 20s. If we get a 1, there's no wind. If we get a 20, we get super wind. So roll a D6.
Roll that. D6.
Oh, me? You guys want me to?
Somebody.
Come on.
I'm doing it.
Why don't you do
Two.
it?
Oh,
One,
do it.
two. Okay, it's coming from the top right. So if you're sailing towards the bottom left, you can go 3. If you're sailing straight down, which is the way you want, you can go 2 without engaging the engines. And the engines are nerfed, so you go 2 no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that looks like high traffic.
bad.
So roll a D100, someone, for traffic. See what we got today.
I'm not doing it. I just rolled the last 2. Fuck you guys.
I'm charging my keyboard.
What is it we're
now.
rolling?
1 D100. That's yours,
Oh,
Andrew.
here we go. Yeah. $38.
38. Chicka-chicka-chow. Okay, we need a 50% because it's got an or. So roll another one, Andrew. Okay, you come by a fairly large shipping boat. Shipping? That's pretty obvious. You've come by a fishing ship. There's a ship. It's out fishing. It's got its nets out. Yeah. Any interaction or leave it be?
Did we not just get a bunch of fish the other day?
Alright, there's no need. We're on a mission right now.
Yeah,
We need to
let's
go.
get it.
We're on a
Yeah,
timeline. We need to go and get Geo's ransom.
Okay. So we
Pass
leave it
them
be.
by.
Nice.
Plenty of
And
money. Plenty to pay the crew.
Tons of money.
they wave as you go by.
I will wave back.
Ah, friendly. Okay, and that day, Raphael, you put in some effort doing your making the legs. So you like smelt some of the parts you need and start, making the gears and the hydraulic pieces that you need to make it work properly. Geo, you can practice your water pulse thing if you would like.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I wrote down it's had only 1 success so far.
Yes, you're level 2 according to mine. Yes, so your DC is 11. It's a charisma check. Boo! Okay. That is a success. Chow. And I usually say that's 2 successes.
Nice.
So we'll say you're level 4 now. Okay. The other thing I will say for you, Geo, while we're at this point, is that you had been running the engine for, the last couple weeks. And I'm going to say that's given you about level 5 on a different skill that I'm calling Improved Gust, which you can use. Gust is the cantrip you have, right?
Yes.
So Gust right now lets you push someone 5 feet, I think, or maybe knock them prone. Is that right? Do you remember?
Let me read. It says. One medium or smaller creature that you choose must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 5 feet away from you. I don't think it knocks them prone.
Okay.
It just pushes.
So Improved Gust will push them 5 feet for every level of air skill you have for that day, if you know what I mean. Like your Omni Gauntlet gives you 1. If you drank a potion, that might boost it. If you if it's an air day or you're on the air continent, those kind of things, that can boost it. So on really highly concentrated air days, you might be able to push them really far, and it will also be able to knock them prone at the end of the push as well. So I thought since you were running the engine, it made sense that you were kind of practicing your air skill, that this might be a bonus that you could get from that.
Awesome. It makes sense too.
Okay. Okay, let's... Oh, it was that day, and where did it say it was coming from? There. Okay, so this guy's going to go there. This guy's going to go there. This guy's like, oh, that's not the right way. So the guy's like, that is kind of the right way. Okay, so we'll do the next day. So again, D20, nice, there's wind. A D6. 1, it is coming straight from up above. So going straight down gets you 3. There we go. Okay, out into the open ocean. Our goal, it looks like, is to angle our way. Try and make speed by cutting across the open ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and for traffic, we've moved out into the open ocean, but we started out in high traffic, so we could either do high or low. Your pick, Captain Locke. Which do you pick?
I vote low.
Okay. Somebody roll a D-Hundy. 47. Tells us no traffic. Whoop, whoop. That's right, out into the open ocean. Okay. That's the second day of crafting. Roll another one, Geo, for us. For your water pulse.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So level 4.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, I had a pun to share about Locke now. I don't know if it's on Saber. You guys can let me know. But I was going to say, whereas our crew, when combat takes place, the crew needs to arm themselves. But in case of Locke, he'll need to leg himself. Because that's where his firearm is.
Oh, I love it.
Classic. That is funny. Yeah.
Okay.
I like to stand on.
Oh, wow. We're going to have leg puns
man,
forever.
I can feel the leg puns coming in. This is going to be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That opens. There's a raft of leg puns. I'll try to behave and give it that one.
Yeah. The joke's really got legs. I was trying not to make that joke.
I'm not trying to run away with it. Oh, dang it. I'm sorry.
I'm not. These are good jokes.
This is all in character. We're all having.
Oh, yeah. sucks. I guess he's gonna have to leg himself.
That sounds like a Geo joke too.
Yeah.
It's like warrior jokes. Okay, so let's do the next day, the 8th of Delarad. This will be the last day of making the leg.
Cool.
So again, let's roll our...
It's not done. It's not done today. It's just this is my last day doing it.
It'll be done at the end of today, yeah.
Cool.
So roll another d20, d6.
Who's got it?
Not me. I did the last two. You guys
Okay. All right. Slash R. 1d20.
We got wind. We got wind. Oh, and it's coming straight down again.
And then there's the Hyundai stick. A 92 on the Hyundai.
A 92. And Geo, you can roll yours again.
Level 5. Oh.
So you can go straight down, and I'll let you go one to the right if you want. 3 lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So right here then.
Yeah. And then that's another success, Geo. And all right, but Raphael rolled a 92. Okay. So you're out in the open ocean. You're not commonly going to expect to see ships out here of any kind. But today, a ship appears on your starboard side, which is interesting because, let's see here, where's my maps?
Have we set up the other cannons? The Kraus cannons? And other regular cannons?
Not really.
I feel like we would have done that when we were in port.
That's probably a good idea.
Well, we'll say that you can take those cannons and put them into place, but at least one of your cannons has fallen off. It could have been replaced, I guess. You have time to replace it. Yeah, so we can say that...
Which one of our cannons? Was it one of our DeCorbo cannons, or was it just a regular cannon?
I think it was a regular cannon that was fallen and broken.
That we can repair.
Based on where it was.
That we can replace, yeah.
Because, like, we have 4 more cannons, and we had uneven amounts of cannons before. We had
That's
1
true.
in front, 2 on one side, and 1 on one side, minus the 1 regular cannon from the side it was on. Then we could put a Kraus cannon on either side, and a regular cannon on either side, and have 3, 2, and 1 in the front.
Mm-hmm. Or should we do 2 in the front and 2 on both sides?
I would do that, actually. Honestly,
Yeah.
We could put the two DeCorvo cannons up front for chasing because they have such good range.
Good
and
call.
then do a Kraus and a regular on each side.
Let's do that. I like that setup. Ooh, what have we here?
Okay, so this is just the world map. So Gurdan's sort of in the middle top there, and we just are sailing around that little yellow island that's Freya. And we're trying to get down to Kymoria, which is the jungle down to the south. But this ship is coming from out into that big... It's coming from out in the ocean where the big ocean to the left, I guess, which would be on our right as we're sailing down. So this ship is sailing out of open ocean where not so lots of ships come. But it's also in the direction of Boros. And the ship has a particular look to it when you get your spyglass on it. So why don't we get Captain... Why don't we get everyone's perceptions, but Captain and Raph get advantage for their spyglass abilities. Dres is showing off that he's really bad at perception.
Whoopsie.
And Gio?
My favorite part of how low I just rolled is that I have the best perception.
I got you. I got you.
All right. Okay. So, Angler, your resident crow's nest raven, calls out, "Ships ahoy, Captain! Ships ahoy! On the starboard side!" And you guys, this is, as you look off to your starboard side, it's very bright. That's the setting sun over there. But what you see is a ship. You just see the silhouette of a ship. And, you know, for the most part, because it's of the sun, it's really hard to make out what the ship is. But Raphael, you are able to recognize its silhouette based off of books that you used to read, especially when you were younger, about the Bloodshore Dwarves and the Bloodshore raiding parties. And why don't you do a history check for me, Raphael? Gio, you also recognize it as a Bloodshore ship.
Wouldn't I recognize them, or did I just roll like dumb shit?
You would recognize it if you actually got your eyes on it, but for now, all you see are sails and a silhouette of a sailing ship, and you don't recognize its shape necessarily. But Raphael, you what you can recall from your history of the Bloodshore Dwarves is that the Bloodshore Dwarves are a very war-filled clan and seafaring clan of dwarves from Boros that have, for the most part, through raiding and conquest, been the main power in Boros for centuries. Historically, that they are credited with the downfall of the Elven kingdom of Vantalis, which a millennia ago or longer left the land and chose to take up life under the seas. And Vantalis sea elves or elves are known as sea elves. You met one. Coral was a Vantalis sea elf. They're not commonly met above the oceans. They usually stay under the oceans. But millennia ago, they used to live in Boros with the Bloodshore Dwarves, and through warring and raiding, they were eventually driven into the seas. And there are other races over there. You could probably list off other ones that that have been subjugated by the Bloodshore Dwarves. And for our purposes, think of them as kind of like a Viking-inspired culture. So they're very warful, but they have they sail very far to get loot. And sometimes they have been known to sail on expeditions as far as Gurdan, and they have raided Gormingern and Kurd, the Kurdgard and Pidari Islands often. Sometimes even getting as far as Edan and Gerlir. There have been a couple famous expeditions. There was one famous expedition where they sailed right up into Earshore, and even after carrying their ships up the waterfall, sailed all the way up to Forbank and conquered Forbank. This was centuries ago. But they're known to be sort of this warful clan. But at the moment, you just see a single Bloodshore frigate coming over the horizon. And when it sets its eyes on you, or when it spots you, it plots an intercept course. And I guess at this point, the question is, Captain, what do you want to do?
Bloodshore Raiders, Capitan. They are no joke. This is something to be careful with.
Oh, I know who they are, Rev. On one hand, I fucking hate the Bloodshores. And on the other hand, we're kind of on a time frame. What kind of ship? What kind of ship?
It was a skip, right?
Yeah, why don't you make another perception check for me now, Locke, with your spyglass out as they start approaching. You can see that it's typical of Bloodshore design. You can now see it more clearly now that they've pulled in behind you and they're not quite in the sun. You can see that they are you would describe it as a frigate, but as far as sort of Gerdanian frigates like you're in, it's more wide-bodied. It's a little bit lower in the ocean. It has one mast instead of two. But in terms of complement and, maneuverability and such, it's probably comparable to yours with the, exception that, Bloodshore Dwarves are known to be pretty skilled sailors and skilled pirates.
One serious question.
Yep.
One important one. Do I have a leg?
Yeah, your leg has just been.
We haven't touched
it's not been tested yet, but
we also, just in case everyone's forgotten, we also have a mind control device for dwarves, so that's just an important thing to think about.
Listen. That is just yet another cursed object that I have on my person. Okay, I'm the cursed pirate captain. I'm not super stoked to use the ivory crown ever, because it relies on wisdom, and I'm stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm smart enough to know, after my 30 billion attempts of it failing me, that I might be too stupid for it. That being said, we're on a time frame, and I don't want us to get slowed down by battle damage. Damn, this is a tough one. Right, fuck. Alright. Let's line up head on for them and run out the Decorbo cannons.
Aye, aye, Capitan.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're gonna turn and fight.
Yes.
All right, cannons out. Okay, so, let's take a 10-minute break.
All right.
Because I need 10 minutes to think about what the fuck's going on.
Sounds good.
Yeah.